Everyone, this is Mountain View, a day for perspective, problem solving in a proactive way. This is where we talk about ajza every day and reflect on different parts of that ajza that help us to fix our perspective, think about how we're going to solve our problems in a way that is connected to the Quran, and also to be really proactive. Those of you who know me well know that I like to think about things in very practical ways and see how we can be efficient and faithful and full of light, inshallah. So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We are in so today I've been thinking about what are we doing today, because according to the Fiqh Council of North America, Ramadan, actually Shawwal, Eid is predicted to be Sunday, which would mean that we would only have 29 days of Ramadan, which would mean we need an extra day to talk about the 30th juz'. So I'm going back and forth in our reading and our recitation at the RCC today. We did a juz' and a half. That seems like a lot to talk about in half an hour, but we'll see. And I'm just going to sort of let it happen as it happens and see where we are meant. And I'm thinking also, I'll put up a poll in my story later about what should we do after Ramadan. Should we do some more videos? Should we do something else like this? What should we do? And I hope everyone had a beautiful night last night. Last night was the night of the 27th. It was a very beautiful night, mashallah. And today is, of course, the 28th. Tonight is the 28th. And if you are in Minnesota, we do have an iftar at the center today. It's a free iftar. We like you to register. If somebody could put the link here, that'd be great. It is for free iftar, so if you'd like to come and join us, it is a sponsored iftar. A lovely family is sponsoring that iftar for us and feeding the ummah. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'm actually going to start with the last verse of Surah Al-Dhariyat. And that last verse is number 48. Oops. Sorry. Just kidding. Surah Al-Tur. I'm going to start with the last verse of Surah Al-Tur, which is 48. And Bismillah. I love this verse. It's really, really one of my favorites. Okay, I know. For 30 days I've been saying that, but still, I really love this verse. Okay. وَاصْبِرْ لِحُكْمِ رَبِّكَ فَإِنَّكَ بِأَعْيُنِنَا وَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ حِينَ تَقُومُ, and then we'll finish the surah. وَمِنَ اللَّيْلِ فَسَبِّحْهُ وَإِدْبَارَ النُّجُومِ. We talked about it last night at Tarawih as well. Be patient with your Lord's decree, for you are ever under the care. For you are ever under, in the translation here, they have lots of extra words, ever under the care of our watchful eyes. And highly exalt your Lord with all praise wherever you arise, and during part of the night, highly exalt him with all glory at the receding of the stars. There's much to say. Yes, so tender and personal. Those are the right words. So tender, so intimate, so much love. And because we are called upon to follow in the footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ, we have access to that love. We have access to that. We too, as we are having grit and patience in whatever situation we happen to be in, we should know, as long as you're a person of faith, a person trying to follow the Prophet ﷺ, you should know فَإِنَّكَ بِأَعْيُنِنَا, that we are indeed, and what I said last night is, in modern vernacular, the way we talk about this nowadays, we say, I really want to be seen. And a lot of people are hurting because they don't feel seen. Like you want your spouse to be, you want to be seen by your spouse, be seen by your parents, be seen. Wallah. And while it's not really literal, it's not a literal translation, but it's kind of accurate there. Bi'ayunina, that we are indeed seen by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And of course, it's much more than just seen. When we want to be seen by people here, we want that sense of intimacy and closeness. And we want to rid ourselves of the loneliness of not being seen. And so if you can lean into this concept, your loneliness will dissipate. And one of the ways to lean into it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is وَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ حِينَ تَقُومُ. So to praise and glorify your Lord whenever you sorry. Whenever you are able to, whenever you rise to glorify your Lord, whenever you rise, subhanAllah. وَمِنَ اللَّيْلِ فَسَبِّحْهُ وَإِدْبَارَ النُّجُومِ. And at night, to glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, also at night. So there is a tahajjud here, there's a worship piece here. There is, be connected, be in that space of إِنَّكَ بِعَيُونِنَا through your worship. You've been doing lots of extra worship this month, so keep it up and make a plan for how you're going to hold on to it after Ramadan. Make a plan, make a plan, make a plan. Okay, with that, I'm going to do a really fun commercial break, because tonight at 11:45, and by the way, we'll be moving to the next surah, which is Surah An-Najm. Tonight at 11:45, the Rabata auction ends. And we have some really good stuff there. And so, including, I do one exclusive executive coaching every year. I exclusively am an executive coach or professional mentor to one woman per year. I did it last year, I'm doing it this year, so that is available. And including all sorts of other fun stuff. We have a teapot. We have a mushaf covered in mother of pearl. We have beautiful wall hangings. We have all these lovely donated things, amazing donated things, a hand carved, can't remember what it's called, but you can check it out at 32auctions.com Rabata info, rabata.info/ maybe auction. Now somebody will put it for you. Okay, check out those items. But I want to warn you, if you've already been there checking out the items, 11:45 it closes. So either you want to get a proxy bid in, or you want to be paying attention at 11:45. Okay? All right, let's go now to Surah An-Najm. We come back. Na'alain. Thank you, Aisha. Hand carved. It has in it a small piece of the cover that has been on the grave of the Prophet ﷺ. I'm so touched by this item, mashallah. All right. Now, here in Surah An-Najm, verse, let's do 32. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing the people who come before in the verse before. الَّذِينَ أَحْسَنُوا بِالْحُسْنَى الَّذِينَ أَحْسَنُوا بِالْحُسْنَى الَّذِينَ أَسَاءُوا بِمَا عَمِلُوا وَيَجْزِيَ الَّذِينَ أَحْسَنُوا بِالْحُسْنَى. So these are those who, he is the one who recompenses those who do good in the world with great goodness. So we're going to find out who are the people who get great goodness in paradise. That's what the next verse is. الَّذِينَ يَجْتَنِبُونَ كَبَائِرَ الْإِثْمِ وَالْفَوَاحِشِ إِلَّا اللَّمَمِ. So those who keep away from great sins and indecencies, except for little minor offenses that you might make. Don't you love that little exception? That's also very close. Lots of closeness in these verses. إِنَّ رَبَّكَ وَاسِعُ الْمَغْفِرَةِ. Indeed, your Lord is all-encompassing in forgiveness. Even if you've missed everything, you've got 2 days, guys. Today's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 3, 2.5. Today's just half. Seek the forgiveness of Allah, which is إِنَّ رَبَّكَ وَاسِعُ الْمَغْفِرَةِ هُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِكُمْ إِذْ أَنْشَأَكُمْ مِنَ الْأَرْضِ. He knows you full well, even when he produced you from the earth, and then you were fetuses. وَإِذْ أَنْتُمْ أَجْنِحَةٌ فِي بُطُونِ أُمَّهَاتِكُمْ. Even when you were just a couple of cells in the womb of your mother. When you were so unknown, even your mother didn't know you were there. Allah knew you were there. You are never unknown to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Never. You're never unknown to Allah Azza wa Jal. فَلَا تُزَكُّوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Therefore you shall not proclaim the purity of your own souls. هُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِمَنِ اتَّقَى. it's really, he is the one who knows full well who has achieved taqwa. Now remember, what is Ramadan for? Do you remember? So that we can لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, that we can become of the people of taqwa. Ladies, and I think there's some gentlemen, it's the 28th of Ramadan. No, it isn't. It's the 27th of Ramadan. 27 days. Your taqwa should have grown. If you don't feel it's grown, no worries, you got a couple of days. Your taqwa should have grown. Ya Rab, Ya Rab. Allah is the one who knows if it's grown or not. He truly knows you. He truly knows you. And I want that to comfort you. I want that to feel so tender, really. I love that word tenderness. I want you to feel that tenderness and closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's go to the next surah in verse 17, which is Surah Al-Qamar. Surah Al-Qamar, just a reminder, this is repeated in this surah a number of times. وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. In English, and truly we have made the Quran easy for remembrance. So is there anyone to remember? And this verse is repeated often in this surah. I just at quick glance, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 or 7 times. So this is a reminder as we leave Ramadan, don't leave the Quran. As we leave Ramadan, don't leave the Quran. Hold on to the Quran. Hold on to it as you go into the next stages of your days and nights. Hold on to the Quran. Hold it close to your heart. Hold it so you're looking at it and reading it, and make it your constant companion. All right? So we're getting perspective. That's how you're going to have problem solving, by holding on to the Quran. But we're also going to jump forward to a surah that I'm going to share with you a little story about. So when I first became a Muslim, of course, I didn't know any Arabic. And there were cassette tapes back then of the Quran that you could buy, and some of them that had Arabic and English. And I don't know what happened, but I learned that فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Like, I learned what the phrase means. And it means, how is it translated here? Then which of your Lord's blessings will you belie, or will you deny? Okay? And I learned what it meant, and I felt it very deeply, like, yeah, no, none of them. I don't want to deny any. So then, and before this, I had never listened to Quran in Arabic only. I just hadn't done it because to me, it was beyond my reach. And this is still quite early in my journey. Although, I'm guessing probably, I don't know, 2nd or 3rd year, I think. I'm not sure about that, somewhere. Anyway, so I learned that phrase, and I am forever in awe of the miracle of this surah for people like me back then who didn't speak Arabic, who suddenly can have access to a whole surah and feel like you're moving along with it. So I remember putting on the Arabic and listening to it, and of course it verse 13 is the first place. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. So which of the favors or blessings of your Lord do you belie or do you deny? Of course, your heart says, none of them. I want all of them. None of them. No, none of them. A couple of verses later, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. And again, your heart responds. A couple of verses later, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. And your heart responds. And it goes on and on throughout the surah, every 2 verses, every 3 verses, every 4 verses. You don't have to know. Of course, if you know, it's even more intense, but you don't have to know the literal specific meaning of the verses in between, because your heart knows and your heart understands. Your heart knows and your heart understands that we live in the midst, no matter what hardships we're in, we live in the midst of the blessings of Allah. And there isn't a single one of us that would wish to deny or belie a single one. We want to admit to and tell the truth about every single one of our blessings. And I remember listening to that surah back in the day and feeling like, oh, this is the first Arabic surah I understood at the time. Now, you could argue back and you could say, but you didn't understand it. You only understood one verse. And I will tell you, yes, I did. I felt like I did, so therefore I did. That's how it was. That's the miracle of this surah. I love this surah so much. I love to read it as when we are in prayer, especially Salat al-Tasabih, because I feel like even the people behind me who don't speak Arabic, they also can follow the thought. You can follow the thought. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ? Which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? And all of us are going to say none. None. None, 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 none. We don't want to deny any favor. We want to see them all. We want to embrace them all. We want them. There isn't a single thing that we have that we would say, I don't want this. Maybe you want to change something in your life here and there. Maybe something is a hard thing for you. But recognize even around that hardship, there are blessings. And none of us would say we don't want the blessings that are surrounding that hardship. Surah Al-Waqi'ah, on the other hand, and you can see we're doing pretty well here. Surah Al-Waqi'ah is a surah that is, if you recite it after, the Prophet ﷺ told us that if you recite it after Maghrib, it will bring rizq. Now, I'll be honest with you, this isn't my actual usual habit. May Allah forgive me. I would love to develop that habit. Maghrib is, but I know someone who has had that daily habit for about 50 years. And I was thinking about her the other day, actually today, as I was reading this surah, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has really provided for her in all different types of rizq. Rizq of her children and their willingness to be helpful in times of difficulty. Rizq of finances. Rizq of a job of people that appreciate her. Rizq of ilm. Rizq of places to stay. Rizq of the ability to serve her parents. To serve her husband. Her husband is very ill, so to be able to serve him and care for him. All of this is part of rizq. And have the financial means to do things. And mashallah. And she's read it every single day after Maghrib for about 50 years. May Allah make us of those who commit. I'm committed to Baqarah on the daily, inshallah. And I'm not saying that to belittle or to lessen the importance of reading this every day. So let's all make dua for each other that we can do it. One of the things in Surah Al-Waqi'ah that is so powerful, oh, mashallah, somebody is mentioning that reciting Surah Ar-Rahman helps, subhanallah, it helps against levels, perhaps types of depression. All right, back to Surah Al-Waqi'ah. So we have three categories here. One of them is أصحاب الميمنة وما أصحاب الميمنة وأصحاب المشأمة ما أصحاب المشأمة والسابقون السابقون. So there are three types of people. Now, السابقون are أولئك المقربون. They are the close. في جنات النعيم. Now listen to this. ثلة من الأولين. Some are from the first of times. وقليل من الآخرين. And few are from the later times. Ya Allah, make us of the few. Make us of the few. This tells you why it's hard to hold on to the path and walk straight. Because قليل من الآخرين. To be of the sabiqun, the foremost, the winners, the ones winning the race, the ones pushing through, the ones who are getting there. That's قليل من الآخرين. We are certainly in the آخرين. Now the other two groups, we have أصحاب الميمنة and أصحاب المشأمة. So we have أصحاب اليمين وما أصحاب اليمين. So the people of the right hand. People of the right hand are those who receive their books in the right hand. And these are the people who are good. You're going to Jannah. These are the good. May Allah make us of the sabiqun and make us of the أصحاب اليمين. And then the other group are أصحاب الشمال. those who receive our books in the left hand, God forbid. Allah protect us from that and make our deeds heavy on our scales, and let us be of those who receive our books in our right hand, and let us be of those who strive to be of the sabiqun. But it's really interesting how this surah has a clear delineation. Yes, humanity will be divided. Yes, humanity will be divided at that time. And that's because to be of the sabiqun is hard work. And to be of ashab al-yamin is also work. We got to do stuff. You got to get up off your rear end and get up and get moving. And we have a few days left of Ramadan to do that. I hope you're all ready. You've already done your sadaqah. And if you haven't, don't worry. We at Rabata, we have more opportunities for you. MashaAllah, 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 the opportunities for matches. Matching is becoming everyone's favorite thing to do. It's amazing. So, I don't know, subhanAllah, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful, MashaAllah. How quickly the matches are being fulfilled. There's so much barakah in it. And, yes, I don't know if we have one or not now, but somebody will pop it in there if we do. But I do remind you, 11:45, auction's over. I have to keep that in your mind because I don't want anybody emailing me or messaging me saying, I forgot what you said and I went in there at 11:50 and I lost my thing. Then you saw me. Tough luck. You're just going to have to wait till next year. All right. The next surah then is Surah Al-Hadid. Surah Al-Hadid has so much in it of instruction for us, I feel. So much in it of clarity, really, and perspective building. A lot in perspective building. Let's see which ones I'll choose. Let's start with verse 12. Okay, this is about Yawm al-Qiyamah, okay? يوم ترى المؤمنين والمؤمنات يسعى نورهم بين أيديهم وبأيمانهم بشراكم اليوم. On that day, you will see, I lost the page, you will see the believing men and the believing women. It's specific. The believing men and the believing women shining forth, light streaming, I like that translation, with light streaming before them. Ya Allah. And to their right. And it will be said to them, glad tidings to you on this day. Can you imagine being greeted like that? Yawm al-Qiyamah, on the day that everyone is afraid. Oh believer, can you imagine being greeted like that, oh believer? With light streaming before you and streaming from your right. Bushrakum al-yawm. Good tidings, glad tidings for you on this day. Jannatun tajri min tahtiha al-anharu khalidina fiha. Imagine. Afsha, you joined us. Can you please drop the auction link here? And also, can you let me know if we have any matches and drop those if you can? Or have we made our last match? I know we had a really special match last night. And it was a very special one. So if you could please let us know if you've made it or not. If we haven't, we just have a little bit left. So let's drop it and get the reward, all of us. And include ourselves in the dua for the family members. One of the reasons of that donation was one of the family members to the money to go and help one of the family members who has disappeared for the last year. So we're all making dua that this person will either be found or they can have closure, subhanAllah. All right, back to so imagine those glad tidings. Can you imagine? How amazing. Alam. Now I jumped, okay, verse 16. I didn't jump that far. Verse 16. Now we have a question. Oh, just 4,000 left. MashaAllah. It just went up after Taraweeh last night. Like it went up late. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Qabool, inshaAllah, Ya Rabbi. InshaAllah. Make your donation on the 27th. It's still the 27th. So if you can donate to that and clean it up and bring it right up to that 14,000, that'd be great. Okay, listen to this. ألم يأنِ للذين آمنوا أن تخشع قلوبهم لذكر الله وما نزل من الحق ولا يكونوا كالذين أوتوا الكتاب من قبل فطال عليهم الأمد فقست قلوبهم وكثير منهم فاسقون. Listen to the English. Is it not time for those who believe that their hearts, تخشع قلوبهم, that their hearts are softened by the remembrance of God? تخشع قلوبكم بذكر الله. I wish that we as an ummah could deeply understand these verses of the Quran that remind us of the dhikr of Allah, because something happened in the past 100 years that separated us from our tradition of dhikr. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here is saying, أَلَمْ يَأْنِ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَن تَخْشَعَ قُلُوبُهُم بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. Isn't it time that we become of the khashi'at, the khashi'een, with the dhikr of our hearts? And then it continues. فَطَالَ عَلَيْهِمُ الْأَمَدُ فَقَسَتْ قُلُوبُهُم. I didn't like the rest of the translation here too much. Too many. And not to be like those who came before, whose hearts became hard. Ya Allah. Why did their hearts become hard? Because of heedlessness. Thus their hearts became hardened. Ya Allah. وَكَثِيرٌ مِّنْهُمْ فَاسِقُونَ. And they became of the wrongdoers. When we separate us from dhikr, we separate from remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we separate from good deeds, we become heedless. Our hearts can become hard, and then it's a slippery slope. Verse 19, a little jump, a little reminder for us. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. So those who believe in God and His Prophet, أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الصِّدِّيقُونَ وَشُهَدَاءُ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ لَهُمْ أَجْرُهُمْ وَنُورُهُم وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا وَكَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا أُولَٰئِكَ أَصْحَابُ الْجَحِيمِ. 3 categories. The believers are of the Siddiqun. What do we call Abu Bakr? Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. There's so much hope in that, right? And the Shuhada with their Lord have their reward with their Lord and their light. Ya Allah. أعلموا أنما الحياة الدنيا لعب وله زينة وتفاخر بينكم. The life of this world, we should know, is but play and amusement and showing off and competing between one another in matters of the dunya. وتكاثر في الأموال والأولاد, and trying to increase money and increase children. Yani, this is the way of the world. It's important to understand the way of the world so you can raise yourself up above all of that. Allah says, سابقوا إلى مغفرة من ربكم. Rush and compete. Rush, run, rush. سابقوا إلى مغفرة. Make haste for the forgiveness of your Lord. وجنة عرضها كعرض السماء والأرض. And a Jannah whose size is like this, whose size of its land is like the size of the entire heavens and earth. عِدَّتْ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. This is promised for those who believe in Allah and His Prophet. ذَلِكَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ يُؤْتِيهِ مَن يَشَاءُ. This is the blessing of Allah. He gives to who He wills. Make it us. Ya Rabbi, give it to us. Give it to us, Ya Rabbi. Oh, and then it ends, the page ends, Ya Allah. لا يحب كل مختال فخور الذين يبخلون ويأمرون الناس بالبخل. Allah doesn't love the one who, مختال فخور, the miserly one, who is miserly and orders other people to miserliness. So go encourage other people to goodness. My friend, she says, Wallah, it's the greatest blessing in the world to be asked to give sadaqah. I love it, she says. I love it. It's such a blessing. I fear the day that I'm not asked to give sadaqah, she says. Subhanallah. Ya Rabbi. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Well, we did finish the juzit. We did not start 28. That's okay. We'll figure ourselves out. All right? That's okay. Let's just follow the path where it leads, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us and help us in these last days. I hope these have been beautiful days for you. Tonight is iftar for the 27th. Go check out the auction. Reminder, at 11:45 the auction will close, and all of your items will be gone. And do help us top up this beautiful match for $14,000 meant for the 27th of Ramadan. And stay tuned, stay in touch, watch all the stuff we're going to be doing coming up. If you've been joining for the live because you're interested in Quran, we got classes coming up, and check out my story so that you can answer a poll about what you think I should do next month. So far we did the 40 days of me becoming Muslim. Then I did the 40 lessons, those lessons that I've learned in the 40 years. Then we did Ramadan, the perspective, problem solving, and proactive way. So what should we do next? Now we're going into the spring, and I'd like to hear from you what you think I should do. What should we deal with? What should we talk about? I think I know what I want to do for the halaqah theme at the RCC. That is actually available. If you don't live in Minnesota, you can attend it, I think, live through the masjid. And then it also is uploaded onto Patreon. So you can also listen to it in the car or wherever you need to if you want to. So I'm thinking to do for that. Now, don't hold me to this because I might change my mind. But I'm thinking to do tools of growth. Because, spring and digging and growing and all this stuff. Tools of growth, and invite lots of amazing speakers. And Dr. Layla, I think I saw you join us. We're going to get you to do that anger management workshop. Let's do a taster on a Sunday, and then you can do the whole Shim Sham Sharu as a workshop later, inshallah. That's one. And then thinking about other tools, like what are the tools we need to help us really grow? Yeah. So, yeah, that's for the halaqah. But what do we want to do on IG? Sorry, I got distracted. My goodness. So, for IG, what are we going to do? I'll put the poll up I'll put a question up on my story so you guys can answer. And may Allah reward you all. Check out the auction, 11:45. I got a couple items I'm bidding on. And also, let's top up this amazing match. I'm making so much dua for the one who put up the match and all the people she's intending it for. Alhamdulillah. All right, lovelies. Have a beautiful day. See you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum.